Hey guys, it's Phil. I'm going to be walking you guys through on how I generate an extra $100,000 every quarter in my online business. And this is without spending extra money on ads. This is what without having an organic presence. And this pretty much works for coaching companies, agency owners, or online service-based businesses. So let's jump into it. Number one, you're going to want to do a database reactivation, or what I call this with my clients. We call this a fast cash play, and this is something where you want to have a offer, timeline, and scarcity. All three of these are going to be involved in order for this to work, and I'm going to be talking about how to use them. This is where you are going to tap back into your pipeline of customers, and you're going to send them a one-time, unique, sexy offer that will only last 3 days. Okay, you're going to do this every quarter, but it's only going to last 3 days, and it's going to be a different offer every single time. Okay, this can be 50% off your first month, right? If you're an agency owner and you're doing reoccurring $2,500 a month, whatever it is, you can offer 50% off the first month. You can offer a $1,000 off program fee. This is something that I ran personally in my coaching company previously, before we sold the company. I ran this, and this worked really well, right? It was a $8,800 program. We did $1,000 off, limited time only. We ran it for 3 days, right? We would send out text and emails, and a lot of people signed up off of just a $1,000 off program fee. Okay, you can offer additional free one-on-one calls, right? Maybe add in 2 or 3 one-on-one calls with the founder or owner, which is probably you. You can do free 3-month access to your mastermind, right? If you have another program or an upsell program, you can offer 3 months free access, or whatever it is, right? You just want to come up with something that you have never ran before, but that also doesn't take away from your main offer and doesn't cause any friction with your delivery process. Okay, so like I said already, you want to do a 3-day cycle, right? So let's say you did it on Monday. You're going to send out a text and email saying, hey, here's what we do. Here's our offer. It's only going to last for the next 3 days, and we're only going to allow it for the next 5 people, right? So your offer, okay, so let's say it's 50% off your first month. Okay, we're going to run this for the next 3 days. That's the time frame. And then you want to add some scarcity, right? We're only going to do this for the next 5 people because it's such a hands-on thing that we're doing here, or because we only have the bandwidth to offer for the next 5 people. You don't really have to give a reason, but you just want to add some scarcity involved. Okay. I said make sure people know when it expires. You can do this every 3 to 6 months, as long as you change the offer around and make it unique every single time. So maybe 1 month you're doing 50% off the first month. Maybe another month you're doing $1,000 off. Maybe another month you're adding in free one calls, right? Sorry, not another month. Every quarter, right? So 1 quarter you're offering 50% off. 1 quarter you're offering 1,000 off. Another quarter you're offering free one-on-ones. The reason why you want to do it every 3 to 6 months and not every month is because you don't want to burn out your audience, right? You don't want to burn out your pipeline where they're constantly seeing different offers every single month and they don't really know what to believe anymore, because you're saying it's only for the next 5 people, but they know from what they've seen in the past that you're going to keep offering it every month, right? So you want to also reduce the amount that you're doing it. Okay, I would start off with just every 3 months. It worked for us. Our company was at $600,000 a month. We had a pipeline full. I think when I was there before I sold the company, the pipeline was at about 10,000 contacts. Okay, so this will probably work for every 5. So every 500 contacts you have, I would say you're going to convert 1 person. Okay. And this will capture all the low-hanging fruit prospects. All right, so that is a database reactivation. I would probably start that right after you see this video. Number 2, re-offer your 10 hottest prospects. Okay, perfect example. If someone wants it cheaper, right, and you said, yeah, no, we can't do it, go away, I would go back to them and re-offer, hey, what if we could do $8,000, but it doesn't seem like you need the one-on-one support, right? You can just join the group coaching calls. This is if you're running a coaching program, right? What if we did it for $8,000, but we remove the one-on-one calls? That way it's cheaper for you, but at the same time, we do have to remove some access on some things. You'd be surprised on how many people close off of that. Now, if you're an agency owner or online service-based business, this works really well too. You just have to figure out what is it that you're going to remove at a reduced price. Okay. Now, if someone is not ready, but they're close to the finish line, offer them or give them some additional support or value to sign up, right? Hey, I know you've been interested in this. You had multiple calls with us. What if I offered you, 3 one-on-one calls if you sign up with us today? What if I offer you to launch your initial ads for you, right? What if I, was able to get you an onboarding call today in the next hour or tomorrow with our team if you sign up today? Or just offer them some kind of low fulfillment cost item, right? Give them something to make it past that finish line. And again, works well for agency owners as well. You just figure out what it is that you're going to give them, whether it's, hey, what if I, added in Google ads for 1 month for free, right? Something like that. All right, moving on to number 3. This is what I call a red zone call. This mainly works if you have a sales team, okay? So what is a red zone call? So think about football, right? American football. I don't know where you're watching this from, but let's use football here. When a team is on the goal line, you're going to run a totally separate set of plays to get into the end zone, right? So it's the same thing here. When a prospect is on near the goal line and they're in the red zone, right? They might have to call the offer owner or the agency owner or the founder, which is probably you, to come in and to help close the deal. So if a prospect is on the goal line and the closer thinks they're very close to signing up, have them offer a one-on-one call with you and the founder to close the deal, right? And the way I would frame this is, hey, I know we've had, if I'm the closer, okay, hey, a prospect, I know we had multiple calls and you had a few questions about, this and this and this. And I know what's kind of stopping you from, or what's kind of holding you up from enrolling is XYZ. What if I got you on a call with Joe, the founder, and you guys can talk about it before you sign up? Does that sound good? Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, awesome. Set up that call. Easy, right? And then you as a founder show up to that call and try to close the deal, right? I also answer any questions that they have. A Loom video works too. You don't necessarily have to get on the call. You can answer the questions or if you could solve a major bottleneck in their business and you can explain how you would solve it, right? Don't tell them, you don't necessarily need to tell them how or what they should go and do. Just tell them how you would solve it. You could send them that Loom video as well. You say, hey, Jonathan, I know you've been talking to, our team over here. You had some questions about this. I could see you've been dealing with XYZ problem. Here's how I would solve it, right? Done. Keep in mind when you're doing this though, this should be close to 100% close rate. I would say 90 to 100% close rate. The reason why I say this is because you don't want your sales team just sending off prospects over to you to close the deal, right? Because then you're going to get flooded with all these people that are right near the finish line and the closer doesn't want to do the work. So they're like, yeah, let me just go send them over to the founder, which is you. Okay. So make sure you're close to 100% close rate and track it. If not, you will make your sales team too reliant on this. And you don't want that. You only want prospects that maybe have 1 or 2 questions, maybe have, maybe just needs to speak to you and hear from you, and then they will sign up. Okay. Last, number 4, upsell your best customers. It's crazy to see how many people are not doing this. People often miss that the top 10% of your clients will probably pay you 10 times more than any other customer, whether it's a new customer, whether it's other customers that are getting mediocre results. The top 10 customers are going to pay you 10 times more than anybody else. Okay. Upselling your best customers into a one-on-one, mastermind, some kind of done for you service, in-person meetup, right? I know a lot of people are charging $2,000 a pop for a one-day meetup at a person's apartment, right? And you just masterminding for that day. Okay. Or just offer them more of what they're already getting, right? And this will work more often than you think. Okay. And let's say you run an agency and you run Facebook ads. Well, why not offer them Google ads? Why not offer them YouTube ads? Why not offer them SEO, right? Because the reason why they signed up for your marketing agency was to get more leads and get more sales. Okay, what if I can get you more from this platform? Now, if you're an online coach, offer them one-on-one. Hey, you've been getting coaching for group calls. What if I offered you a little bit more group calls and one-on-one with me? Okay. Do that immediately if you're not doing it to your top 10% customers. Okay. And just by you hearing this, I'm sure you're already thinking in your head who they are. Okay. So try these out. This has helped my companies in the past. These have helped my clients generate extra revenue every single quarter. That's just sitting there in your pipeline, no additional ad spend. And what's going to happen here is you close a couple of these deals, your acquisition cost for that quarter is going to go down because those are customers that you probably already paid for or that has been sitting in your pipeline, and those deals are going to close, and that's going to bring your acquisition cost down for that quarter. Okay, so try these out, and if you want more videos like this, then like and subscribe and leave a comment if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next video.